Greg quit his job.
Mhm.
How long would you say after from like pajama jeans to kids activity blog and then Greg leaving his job as a doctor? Your husband was a doctor. Greg was a doctor. Pajama jeans goes well. You get kids activity blog.
Mhm.
Kids activity blog starts going, and you're realizing, like, you're a smart woman. Light bulb goes on over your head and you're like, I can make money doing
Mhm.
this. And what I want to point out about what you said, you didn't love pajama jeans. You didn't write a lying review that
Mhm.
made them glow when you didn't believe in it, which
Mhm.
I so appreciate. Like, authenticity, transparency is really important to me. But if people still buy after reading it, you're not doing
I was gonna say, those are the type of people I need to take their money from.
I mean,
Like,
you're not even taking their money. They read it and they're like, you know what? She said something that made me still want to buy it, or I still believe in it. They're getting information from you
yeah.
that's honest information and they're acting on it. So you don't, if you're listening to this and you're like, well, I don't know if I could do that. One, there are a million products out there that you can be an affiliate
Mhm.
for and write about. So eventually, Greg quit his job.
Mhm.
How long would you say after from like pajama jeans to kids activity blog and then Greg leaving his job as a doctor?
Probably 6 years maybe in the middle of there. I'd have to really go back and look at, I had like, when I started all of this, I was writing every day because that was important to me. But it was like I was spending, 30 minutes a day or something like that on all of this. And I had really tiny kids. And so like, just the whole, like, not even thinking that it was like, you don't pay attention to stuff you don't think are gonna, you know, be life changing. And so it's kind of mushy for the first, probably 5 years of all of this as to when things actually happened and stuff, because I was just like, it was just a hobby. And then as I started getting, and this really kind of dawned on me when I was getting really bad pitches via email, hey, write about this, and they never had any, and this is in the early days, and they never had any, because of this, it was just like, you are a blogger, you need to write about this. And I thought, if someone's paying people to start to write to bloggers and of course, none of these people had ever read my blog or knew what I wrote about, and they were all stupid, like, things I'd never write about. But I was like, if someone's paying someone to do that, there must be something of value in this that I'm not realizing. And so I started, kind of watching and I don't know if I told you about the local hair place that kind of, started this whole thing for me is I wrote about, and by the way, back in these early days, I wrote anonymously. Like there wasn't Facebook and Twitter and stuff that where we had to put our names behind. It wasn't until I joined Facebook that I actually put my name behind my words. And so like, it was anonymous. People didn't really know where I lived and all that kind of stuff. But I wrote about a hair salon, a new hair salon in town that I really liked. It made me feel stupid. And I actually, the whole thing was about how beautiful their tile was and stuff like that. And when I went back a month later, the owner said, Holly, I want to buy advertising on your blog. And I was like, that seems like a waste of money. Like, number one, I don't know if I have anybody in this area that even reads my blog. Number two, like, I have no idea like what that would look like, And she said, no, like, we got 3 new customers from your blog post. I was like, but I didn't even mention the name of the salon. Like, people had pieced it together by my words, but hadn't but she had seen customers. And so she had said at that time, it's really hard. The only choice for a local business is to buy Google AdWords. Like, there's nowhere else to advertise. And so that got me thinking, and I started like a blog for Dallas moms called She Is Dallas, and I did a bunch of other projects. And this empire that you see today, I started and failed at, I had 17 different projects over these years, like major blogs or websites or things that I was doing. And all of them failed except for basically Kids Activities blog and another one or two that are much smaller.